I came back to myself in pieces. First, the smell, antiseptic and metal. Then the ceiling, too white to be real. Then the sound of a monitor, counting time I could no longer feel moving through me. I tried to shift my hand. Nothing answered. Panic rose, sharp and instinctive, then stopped, as if it hit a wall inside my chest and folded in on itself. I had always been good at containment, at keeping things where they belonged. A nurse noticed my eyes. She leaned in, spoke softly, as though volume could reach places my body no longer could. "Can you hear me?" I blinked once. It was all I had. The last thing I remembered was the hotel room, curtains half drawn, my lover's breath against my neck. The sound I made when I let go, careless, unguarded. And then, nothing, no fall, no pain, just absence. When my daughter walked in, her face did something I had never seen before. It collapsed inward, as if it had been holding a secret too heavy for bone. That was when I knew this wasn't an accident. She sat beside me, careful not to touch. My daughter had always known when distance was required. "Mom," she said and stopped. I waited. Silence had never frightened me. "You collapsed," she continued. "In the hotel. They said it was neurological, sudden." Her eyes avoided mine. I understood then that the blackout wasn't the story. It was the cover. I had lived a double life for months. A husband who trusted routines, a lover who lived in moments. I told myself I deserved the fracture. That fidelity was a social convenience, not a moral law. My daughter knew about none of it. Or so I believed. She inhaled, shaky. "There was an investigation. They contacted Dad." The word Dad landed differently now. "He found things," she said. "Your phone. Your messages." I felt something like ice move through me. Not guilt, recognition. "And?" I asked silently. Tears finally fell. "He drove to confront you." The room tilted, though I did not. "He never made it." They told me later what paralysis feels like being buried alive with your thoughts intact. Days passed. Doctors spoke around me, tests, prognoses, words, like permanent and unknown, floated just out of reach. My daughter came every day. Each visit was measured, controlled. She spoke of practicalities, insurance, legal matters, arrangements. She never mentioned my lover. I began to understand that this was not chaos. It was choreography. In the quiet hours when the machines did their counting, I reconstructed timelines. My husband's route, the time of my collapse. The coincidence too clean to be accidental. I remembered the drink my lover poured, how insistent he had been. I remembered the calm in his eyes. My daughter watched me think. She always had. Even as a child, she knew when I was calculating. One evening, she leaned closer. "They ruled it a heart attack," she said. "But the toxicology was complicated." I blinked. She nodded. "You weren't the only one tested." The walls closed in, not physically, but morally. This was not punishment. This was design. She brought the file on the 7th day, placed it on my lap, though I could not feel its weight. "Dad found the messages before he left," she said. "He forwarded them to me." Her voice did not tremble now. "He also found records, transfers. You were planning to leave." I had been. I never denied myself ambition. "The drink," she continued. "Your lover used the same compound Dad was prescribed for his heart. Adjusted dosage." She looked at me then, directly. "He thought it would kill you. Instead, it locked you in." My breath shortened. The truth assembled itself with brutal efficiency. "And my father?" I asked in the only language I had left. She smiled, thin, controlled. "He never confronted anyone. He called me. I handled the rest." My lover visited once. He stood at the foot of my bed, guilt poorly disguised as concern. He spoke about recovery, about waiting. My daughter stepped between us. "You should go," she said. He tried to protest. She handed him the report, the one detailing his purchase history, the dosage miscalculation, the death certificate of a man who had trusted him by proxy. He went pale. "I already sent copies," she added. "To your employer, your wife." He didn't look at me when he left. He couldn't. Later, she leaned down. "Dad wanted you to live," she said. "Just not like this." I blinked. She understood. They say acceptance comes in stages. For me, it arrived fully formed. I had mistaken control for freedom, betrayal for autonomy. I thought secrecy made me powerful. Now, stripped of motion, I saw the truth cleanly. My husband died knowing who I was. My lover lives knowing what he is. And my daughter, she inherited my precision, just not my weakness. I lie here, immobile, while the world rearranges itself without my consent. And for the first time, I am honest with myself. This is not punishment. This is clarity.